More breaking news, some Rhode Island lawmakers are pushing to legalize recreational use of marijuana.
A new bill has just been filed. 12 News reporter Steph Machado joins us now live from the State House with the details. Steph?
Well, guys, for months now, we've heard that an agreement on marijuana legalization was close. And today, as lawmakers return from recess, they are met with a new 115-page bill that would legalize cannabis, with House and Senate leaders in support. Now, just to give you a rundown of what's in this bill, it would allow possession of marijuana and home growing for those 21 and older. It would create a new 3-member cannabis control commission that would oversee the program and issue licenses to up to 33 retail stores. That includes the existing medical dispensaries that would be able to sell both. The lead sponsors, Representative Scott Slater and Senator Josh Miller, told reporters a short time ago some of those retail licenses would be set aside for social equity applicants and worker co-ops. The bill would also expunge previous marijuana possession convictions, but not automatically, which is something advocates have been fighting for. Now, this bill, of course, needs to go through committee hearings. It's not a final compromise yet with the governor, but Rep. Slater points out it's a big step from last year when the House and Senate weren't on the same page.
We didn't have a compromise between ourselves last year, so this is big progress, I feel. And the one thing I will say is that the one compromise that I think we have is that adult recreational cannabis, everyone agrees, is the best policy, and we have it right on our borders.
And I just actually ran into Governor McKee here at the State House a short time ago. He said he hasn't had a chance to review this bill yet and will get back to us with his thoughts. He has previously opposed a cannabis control commission. He has proposed his own marijuana bill that would keep oversight in the Department of Business Regulation. Live at the State House, I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.
First breaking news, the General Assembly has officially unveiled a new bill to make recreational marijuana legal in Rhode Island.
12 News reporter Steph Machado was at the announcement today. She joins us now live from Providence with what's in the proposal.
This new bill is a result of talks between the House and the Senate, and the lead sponsors are optimistic cannabis could be for sale in Rhode Island by the end of the year.
This is a great day.
Representative Scott Slater and Senator Josh Miller have each introduced marijuana legalization for years, but this time they say House and Senate leaders are on board with a new agreement on how to do it.
We didn't have a compromise between ourselves last year, so this is big progress, I feel.
The new bill would legalize possession and home growing of marijuana for those over 21, create a 3-member cannabis control commission to oversee the program, and issue 33 retail licenses, including the 9 medical marijuana dispensaries who would get the first crack at selling recreationally.
Those who got licenses in the lottery to be at compassion centers, and the 3 existing could be selling recreational by the end of the year.
The bill would expunge existing marijuana possession convictions, but not automatically, something social justice groups quickly came out against. But Miller says the goal is to make it virtually automatic.
We envision it as you basically, if it's online, you'll be able to push a button.
A big question is whether Governor Dan McKee will be on board. His own proposal would keep oversight of cannabis within the Department of Business Regulation, and he's previously opposed creating a separate cannabis control commission. But Miller and Slater say despite that issue, there is broad agreement to legalize this year.
One compromise that I think we have is that adult recreational cannabis, everyone agrees, is the best policy, and we have it right on our borders. In New England, it's very easy to travel to other states, so.
Yes.
Hearings on the new bill have not yet been scheduled, and there's no word yet on what Governor Dan McKee thinks about this new framework. I did see him here at the State House this afternoon. He says he needs to review the bill and will get back to us. I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.